found in you. Love one another, yeah, love one another, that's what we'll do. Love one another with a love like no other that we found in you. Love one another, yeah, love one another, that's what we'll do. We're alive to love one another. We're alive with love like no other. We're alive, we're sisters and brothers. We're alive to love one another.
Hey everyone, it is Pastor Dan in the Kids Work Studio, and we're so excited you are joining us again this Sunday morning, and maybe you'll watch this some other time. We're glad you're tuning in. We have these videos every single week for you, for your friends, and for your family. We are in week number 5 in our series called The Rules for Life. We have a great week. It is our final week of this series. We got a brand new one coming up next week. So make sure you stick around. At the end of this video, we'll be talking about our brand new series that starts off for February, so do not miss that. Right now, we have some amazing worship. We want you to stand up wherever you're at if you want to and get into a moment of worship before we get into our teaching time and our great time that we have together. Are you ready for that? I want you to stand up right now as we get into some worship.
You never turn away, you never leave my side. And every time I call your name out just to find that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Oh, I will trust you with my heart. There are days when I feel I need a friend, and then I hear your voice reminding me again that you're already right here with me, never been alone. I can trust you with my heart, 'cause this I know. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me, I will trust you with my heart. No matter what may come, no matter what I go through, God, you are never gonna fail me, I will trust you with my heart. You are always faithful, you love me from the start. No matter what I'm facing, I will trust you with my heart. You are more than able to lead me through the dark. Your love is never failing, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart. Whoa, I will trust you with my heart.
Hey, welcome back. Are you excited? We have a great lesson time this morning. We've been talking about this idea of the rules for life. Each week we've talked about this idea of responsibility. What is God's expectations for us and how we live our lives? We kind of explained it's kind of like a board game. It's hard to play a board game if you don't know the rules or you don't want to obey the rules. The same thing is for our life. There's a whole lot of people in our world that are trying to live according to their rules and not not God's rules, living according to what they think they should be responsible for, and not knowing that they are responsible to God and what He expects from them. This morning, we're going to talk about this idea of God's rules and expectations for our mouth, for our words. What I have in my hand is the old fishing game. You ever play this game? This is the most amazing game. I used to love this game when I was growing up. You turn it on, and then you try to see if you can catch your fish based on what's coming in and out of their mouth, right? So here we go. Awesome, right? Well, here's what we're going to talk about, is whether or not your words are wise. The words, the things that you let into your life, but also let out of your mouth, are they wise? Because we have to be very careful. God has expectations and honestly rules for the kind of things we let into our lives, things we listen to, but also the things that we say. We need to use our words wisely. Otherwise, what happens? We get hooked. We get caught up saying the wrong things and get ourselves in trouble, don't we? I think this morning's lesson is going to be really important for us to listen to. So why don't you tune in right now, and we'll talk to you afterwards a little more about what God's Word has to say to us about our words.
How nice of you to join me today. Did you understand that? I said, hi, I'm Erica. How nice of you to join me today. This is such a fun game to play, and it's really funny. Here's the rules. You put this thing in your mouth, and then you say things, and he's trying to guess what you say. People have to guess what you say. You try it. Today, you're talking about responsibility, so you can be trusted with what is expected of you. Did you get that? Well, just in case, today we're talking about responsibility. Responsibility is showing you can be trusted with what is expected of you. I think you're saying what are you? Fuzzy has blue hair. Fuzzy I'm gonna clear up. Wow! It's really hard to communicate with that thing in your mouth. Could you understand anything I was saying? I never realized how important my words were until I had them taken away from me. Today's Bible story is all about how important words are and how we should use them. I think this will be a very important lesson for all of us to listen to. So, see you soon! Did you get it? Huh? Everything going? Huh?
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 29.
There's an old saying you might have heard before.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Yeah, on the surface, that makes sense. I mean, you drop a heavy rock on my leg, I might end up with a big cast. But you yell at me, and I don't even get a scratch, right? Well, it's a little more complicated than that, as we're about to discover in a letter from the Apostle Paul to the church in Ephesus.
Let's see. What are the most important things they need to know?
Paul had spent years teaching the church in Ephesus, but now he was in prison. So he wanted to remind the Ephesians what God had done for them and how it should change the way they treated each other, especially when it came to their words.
Don't let any evil talk come out of your mouths. Say only what will help to build others up and meet their needs. Then what you say will help those who listen.
Your words are strong and powerful. They can make an incredible impact on the people around you, whether that's for good or not. Let's imagine what it might look like if we could actually see our words.
You totally rocked it on the field today.
Aw, now those words were like a nice pat on the back. Words can be incredibly encouraging.
Hey, I know you've been feeling kind of sad. I'm always here if you need someone to listen.
That was comforting, just like a cozy blanket and warm cocoa. But we don't always use our wordy superpowers for good.
Wow, did you even look in the mirror this morning? Ouch. Oh, that burned. Things are getting messy here.
And if you get really angry, well, that's when your words can be real zingers.
You are so mean. I wish you weren't my brother.
Ooh. Thoughtless words can shatter someone, break apart relationships. We all make mistakes with our words sometimes. We all end up hurting others with the things we say. But when that happens, sometimes we get a second chance to use our words wisely.
I'm really sorry. That was an awful thing to say. Can you forgive me?
Just like your words can hurt people and break relationships, words can also be the glue that puts them back together. Your words can actually bring healing. Think about it. Every single one of us has the power to make or break somebody else's day with just a few words. Whether you write it, speak it, type it, or shape it, your words are an incredible tool. You may not have the money to buy somebody an expensive gift, but the note you write or the encouraging thing you say in the hall may mean even more to them. So, think about your words. Each one. Weigh them carefully. Picture actually what they might look like when they come out of your mouth. A knife that cuts deep or an encouraging pat on the back. Remember, Paul believed our words are so important to God that he wrote about it from prison. Don't let any evil talk come out of your mouths. Say only what will help to build others up and meet their needs. Then, what you say will help those who listen.
Sticks and stones and wood can never hurt me. Have you heard that phrase before? Oh, I said, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Do you think that's true? I mean, I guess a word is never going to actually break an arm or a leg, but can someone's words hurt you? I think so. How about this? Have you ever hurt somebody else with your words? I have. Why do we do that? If we follow Jesus, it's our responsibility to use our words wisely. The Apostle Paul wrote, "Don't let any evil talk come out of your mouths. Say only what will help to build others up and meet their needs. Then what you say will help those who listen." Our words should be helpful. We should use them to encourage people. You're doing such a great job. I'm so proud of you. We should use words to comfort. It's going to be okay. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. And you should definitely use your words without this thing. It's not always easy to control what you say, but a good place to start is to try and think before you speak. Think. Are these words helpful or hurtful? Do they build up or tear down? Take a few seconds, especially if you're mad or upset, to think before you say words that hurt. Here's the rule for life to remember today. Use your words wisely. Simple to say, not so simple to do. You're going to need God's help for sure. So, to sum up, sticks and stones and lions, but words may also hurt. Alright, here you go. Are you get it?
Wasn't that a great lesson? Ephesians 4:29 is our key verse for this morning. This idea of not letting anything unwholesome, but only what is good to build up others, to benefit others. Are your words wise? Are people opening up and listening to what you have to say, what's coming out of your mouth? Is it something that benefits them? Is it something that builds them up, maybe makes them feel better? Maybe it's a home thing, maybe it's a school thing, maybe it's a soccer field thing, maybe it's somewhere else that you are in your world where you talk, you let things come out. We need to understand that God has a clear expectation for who we are and our mouth, right? The things that we say needs to be thought about. We need to be wise. Ephesians talks to us and said, we need to be very aware that everything we say needs to be something that is beneficial for people who hear it, but it helps build up those around us, especially those of us who love Jesus and know His Word. What we put in is His words into our life, come out in the words that we say to others. I think this is such an important truth for us this morning. We have one final song this morning, and then we have a special announcement about a brand new series coming up in February, starting next week. So stick around, and we'll see you after this song.
I'm not helpless. I have purpose to change the world around me one step at a time. I wanna be the best me that I can be. Not living for the moment, but the future I see. That's why every second of every day I'm making the choice to make a change. Won't give up, won't let you down. I'll go for it and get it done. I'm on it, I got it, still having fun. You can count on me. It's my responsibility, and you know you can count on me. I'm not helpless, I have purpose to change the world around me one step at a time. I wanna be the best me that I can be. Not living for the moment, but the future I see. That's why every second of every day I'm making a choice to make a change. Won't give up, won't let you down. I'll go for it and get it done. I'm on it, I got it, still having fun. You can count on me. It's my responsibility, and you know you can count on. I'll go for it and get it done. I'm on it, I got it, still having fun. You can count on me. It's my responsibility, and you know you can count on. It's my responsibility, and you know you can count on me.
Hey everyone, are you a super fan? What are you a fan of? Are you a super fan when it comes to sports or something else? Well, starting next week, the first week of February, we have a brand new 4-week series just for our CCCH elementary students called Superfan, as we talk about how we can be a super fan of each other. We need to learn how to cheer each other on. We may cheer for our favorite team, but also as Christians, we should be big fans of each other. We need to find ways, much like we talked about today, using our words to encourage and to build each other up, but also to cheer each other on. So make sure you tune in next week as we talk about being a super fan.